You are 13, or maybe 14. The Okasan doesn't ask. And your mother said it didn't matter. She only whispered, "You'll have a better life," then tucked a letter into your sleeve that you're not allowed to open yet. They took your name at the gate. It didn't scream, it didn't cry. It simply vanished, like breath on lacquered glass. Now they call you something new, a name chosen by coin and kanji, not a name for a child, a name for contracts, a name men can say without guilt. The house smells of starch, camellia oil, and faint, dying incense, like a place where prayers are made and immediately forgotten. You stand in silence on the polished wood floor, where everything is too perfect, too still, too watched. A girl enters, older, painted. You're Onisan, not by blood, but by role. She does not smile. She does not ask your favorite color. Instead, she kneels and studies you. The shape of your fingers, the bow of your spine, the way your eyes lower just enough, but not too much. "Don't blink so much," she says. Her voice is flat, tired, not unkind, but used to watching girls disappear into rules. That night, they cut your hair. Not all of it, just enough to mean obedience. They scrub your skin raw. They fold your arms the right way. You're told to bow lower. Lower. Lower still, until the floor could swallow you. You sleep on a thin mat. Your mother's letter pressed beneath your pillow, still unopened, still too soon. In the silence, a whisper. You'll forget your own voice if you're not careful. It might be her, or it might be the house itself, breathing in dust and debt. The first week is cleaning. Not just the house, yourself. You're stripped of color, of softness, plain cotton, bare hair, no perfume, no silk. The Okasan calls it purifying. It feels more like erasure. In the second week, you begin to bleed, not from your womb, but your hands. The shamisen strings do not forgive beginners. Blisters form, then harden, and still, you play. You fold the tea cloth again and again, until it no longer feels like cloth, but part of you, a secret muscle. When you laugh too loud one evening, a fan snaps shut. The room freezes. You bow, you apologize. You smile softly, as trained. The Okasan doesn't speak much, but when she does, her eyes say, "You are not here to feel. You are here to repay." Some girls cry at night. Some whisper old names. Some count how many days they've been here. You whisper nothing. Only once, in the dark, do you unfold your mother's letter. It is short and unfinished. "Remember who you were before they dressed you. Forgive me, for that's where the ink ends." The next day, you tuck it deeper inside your sleeve, closer to your skin, just beneath the new silk you're now allowed to wear. You smile when they tell you to. You bow when you must. And when they give you your next lesson, how to serve sake without spilling a single drop, you learn. Because one day soon, you won't just carry the tray, you'll carry their gaze. You're sitting in silence, not by choice, but because silence has been stitched into your training. The room smells of plum wine and powdered pearl. Sweet, artificial, cloying. You've grown used to it, used to many things. Tonight, your hair is oiled, pinned, and perfumed. Your robe is red, too red. Your sleeves fall like soft weights across your lap. The silk clings to your skin where sweat dares to form, though they told you a geisha doesn't sweat. She glows. You try to glow, even as your obi suffocates your ribs. Even as your legs go numb beneath the folds. They say you look beautiful tonight, but they say it like they're admiring an object, a painting, a mask, not a girl. Behind the screen, voices gather, low, masculine, decisive. They have not met you, but already they know what they want. Your Onisan whispers, "Don't speak unless spoken to. Don't blink too fast. Smile, just not too much." You nod. You sip the tea. You wait. The paper door slides open. You don't rise. You tilt your head slightly, like you've practiced. A gesture designed to be graceful, measured, inviting, but silent. 3 men enter, one after another. Robes rustle. They don't bow. They scan. One circles. Another leans in, noting your posture, your skin, the way you hold your breath. They're not rude. They're simply assessing, not a girl, but a price. They ask the Okusan questions, never you. They talk about your walk, your voice, your future. You're present, but absent. The third man makes a joke. The others laugh. You smile, as trained. But inside, you feel the wall rising. Quiet, cold, protective. The door opens again. A woman this time. Elegant, distant. She approaches, says something low to the Okusan. You can't hear it, but the mood shifts. You lower your gaze. She's the quiet type, someone says. She'll do. The screen closes again. The candles dim. The warmth doesn't reach your fingers. Your Onisan touches your shoulder. They liked that you didn't speak, she says. You say nothing. Later, when your robe is removed, something small falls from your sleeve, a folded note hidden in the lining. It's your mother's handwriting, blurred now with sweat. If silence is your only shield, sharpen it. You close your hand around it. Hide it again. The room is empty, but it hums. You passed, not because of who you are, but because of what you've learned not to be. The mirror lies. You know this now. It tells you that you are composed, elegant, still, but your hands say otherwise, restless, folded too tightly in your lap. They tremble just enough for you to notice, just enough for you to hide. The ink from your morning brushwork still lingers on your fingertips. You are learning a new song, a gentle one, about snow falling on a temple roof. A song meant for winter evenings, not for nights like this. But you liked it. It reminded you of silence. Before silence became a duty, tonight, silence will be armor. You are no longer the apprentice, no longer the girl learning how to bow, how to kneel, how to disappear behind politeness. You are what they now call Hana Ikada, a flower on the water. Beautiful, floating, delicate, disposable. They say your movements are refined, that your voice is soft like persimmon, that you walk as if your feet barely touch the earth. But no one asks if that's because the earth no longer feels safe. Tonight, a patron arrives, older, powerful. His clothes are too loud and his voice louder still. He does not look at your face. Not really. His eyes search for something else, something he believes is his to take. He asks for music, then interrupts the notes with drunken compliments. He says, your laugh reminds him of a girl he once ruined. He chuckles at his own cruelty. You smile. You smile because you must. He reaches forward, touches your sleeve. His fingers are cold and deliberate. You feel the touch like a stain, but your expression never breaks. He calls you graceful. You want to vanish. Across the room, your Onisan watches, not with judgment, but with quiet grief. She once told you, grace is not beauty. It's survival, painted in stillness. You serve the tea, recite the poem, play the song. You dance when asked. You bow deeper than comfort allows. Later, in the stillness of the dressing room, you begin to remove the performance. Hairpins first, like small daggers unwinding from your skull. Then, the layers of silk, each heavier than you remembered. Then, the rouge, the paint, the lies. Your reflection reappears in pieces. A smear of lipstick here, a shadow under your eye, the tired girl underneath it all. You look into her face, the real one, and wonder if she recognizes you. Once, you wrote your own poems. Once, you laughed without covering your mouth. Once, your body was yours. Now, it is a story being told by others. A knock at the door. Another guest has arrived. You breathe in. You press the next mask to your skin. It fits perfectly. It always does. You step back into the corridor. Light from paper lanterns dancing across your face. They say, you look serene. And maybe you do. But serenity, here, is the price you pay for grace. You no longer ask questions. You learned how quickly questions bruise in this house. They echo, return to bite. So you speak through posture, through stillness, through a practiced grace that says enough without words. Each day, your eyes learn more than your mouth ever could. Who is favored? Who pretends? Who cries after the lamps go out? Nobody asks. Nobody tells. The Mizwaj is no longer named, yet its shadow stays braided into your obi. The Okasan presents a new patron. His hands smell of lacquer and coin. His voice never lands on you directly. He discusses you like an investment, as if breath were a ledger, and your pulse a rate of return. Later, you learn what was exchanged. Not your body. Not yet. The contract sold the right to your future. Neat strokes of ink fastening you to a man you did not choose. At night, you sit by the corridor lamp and watch a moth fling itself against the paper. You wonder whether longing is different from love or merely better dressed. A breeze carries camellia oil. Somewhere, a shamisen note hangs in the rafters. Older geisha gather by the dressing mirror, humming a tune too old for your tongue. One plucks a white hair from your crown. "You're first," she says, not unkindly. Laughter follows, weary as winter rain. You study their faces and see fine lines beneath paint, the places where a mask has married the skin. There is a new girl in the house, Yuki, 13, smelling of barley tea and rain. You teach her how to hold the fan so fingers will not cramp, how to keep shoulders soft when the obi steals breath, how to count 3 heartbeats before answering a difficult question. She asks if she will be beautiful. You tell her, yes. You do not add the rest. Back in your room, you take out the hairpin the silver-haired man once sent. A small dragon curls at the tip, mouth open in a silent cry. You press the metal into your palm until it leaves a shallow crescent. Not enough to break skin, enough to mark time. The room quiets around the pain, and in that hush, you hear your mother's unfinished letter breathe in your sleeve. Remember who you were before they dressed you. If silence is your only shield, sharpen it. The door slides open. The Okasan stands framed by lamplight. "He wants to see you," she says. You bow, rise, and follow. Outside, Kyoto's night carries the smell of riverstone and grilled fish. Petals drift from the plum tree at the lane's corner. Pale boats sailing a gutter. The palanquin waits. You lift your hem, step inside, hold yourself still while hands raise the poles. Night air beads cool on your neck, steadying your breath for a moment. Houses pass like painted screens. You think of Yuki practicing her smile, of older women repairing theirs, of the ledger that keeps the roof above you dry. You count breaths and keep your back straight. The price of silence is not silence. The price is staying. The price is learning to live inside the cage without letting the cage live inside you. You are not free. You are not finished. You are, for now, still surviving. What should we tell next? Leave a comment and subscribe to Temple of Quiet for the next whisper.